Basically, this morning, still much of what we've been reporting over the last week and a half, almost going on 2 weeks now, where there's no activity at the stalled flow front. But back from that, a few hundred yards, we are seeing surface activity, very small breakouts, but clearly an indication that lava is making its way down to that particular area. As we continue to upslope this morning, again, more indication that it's active and that there's numerous surface breakouts, small oozing flows on the surface of the lava bed, not extending very far, and a few breakouts on the margins. Again, nothing very aggressive, but definitely showing activity and that we're still having molten material reaching some of the distal areas of the flow. We were able to make it up to the summit this morning, or to the vent, and that breakout is about 1.5 miles from the vent, remains active. As Janet reported yesterday, the total distance it has traveled from the point at which it was discharging has been about 2 kilometers, about 2,000 yards. And it's right on the fringes of the forest reserve, so it is burning some of the trees there. Fortunately, again, it's at an altitude or elevation up there where it's been getting some moisture. The fuels are pretty green and wet, so we haven't had any fire threat up there. All the fire activity is limited to what's burning along the fringes of the flow, and it may burn a little bit further away. I would estimate, based on what we saw, maybe 10 to 20 yards from that, but quickly self-extinguishes because of the high moisture content and heavier fuels in that area. As far as smoke conditions, this morning we saw a little bit of a relief with a change in the wind pattern, a little bit of a northwest wind pushing the smoke and emissions southeast. So a little bit of a break for the Puna areas. Again, no forecasted rain, though, on the horizon as far as the hydrological outlook goes. So we're watching that, watching the downslope areas for any possible fire behavior. And this morning we didn't see any hot spots or flare-ups downslope, but it's still dry, it's still pretty warm, and light trades coming back. So at this point, it's still in a wait and see. Probably the most important message we'd like help with getting out is, we've been informing the community that we're suspending the Thursday night community meetings, and that's to allow the public or the community to try to get some normalcy back in their life, as well as to allow for our partner agencies who have been committing resources for these meetings an opportunity to take a break, catch up on some normal business activities in the event things change and we need to ramp back up. But everyone is prepared to step up and reconnect with the community at a moment's notice if there's any change. Even though we're suspending the community meetings, we are going to maintain the daily overflight and assessments and maintain our daily messaging and updates for the community. And that's pretty much it for my report, if you have any questions for me. If no questions, I guess one other point, I have been taking, our office has been taking an occasional call from people in the community questioning, I guess, the possibility of a subsurface or lava tube type of flow that, again, rumors and unsubstantiated reports that there's a flow in a tube system that's going under the highway and maybe has gone as far as Hawaiian beaches. And again, we want to clear up any erroneous information that's not true. The activity that we see with this flow is limited to the area that we report, which is above the highway. It's on the surface. The subsurface activity is related to the tube system that it has created for itself. So it hasn't entered a tube system or an existing or old tube system below the ground, and nothing is being transported across or below the highway. And I know HVO could probably give you a much better scientific explanation of why that doesn't happen based on the need to heat up a tube system or keep the tube system hot in order to support the transport of molten material. But unfortunately, there are those erroneous reports that are going out there and creating some concern for the community. So, again, we really appreciate our media partners helping us to make sure that the information that goes out is accurate and true. Just want to share that.
Hey, this is Kevin. Any further questions?
Yes.
If not, this is my last media call. It's been a hoot working with you guys, and I'll see you over at the state capitol, most of it. Take care.